You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast, home of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. We are joining you on this Monday, the 19th, 20th? 20th of December, 2021. We're in the final days of 2021. The year's winding down. I think we've entered the best part of the year, the most romantic part of the year for me, and it's basically full-blown shutdown. No one does anything. Some people still at work technically, but like...
Yeah, but even if you're there in...
You're there in physical body only.
Yeah, your spirit's not there.
Your spirit's not there.
Your spirit's elsewhere.
Your spirit's at the cricket. Your spirit's fucking like, you're probably going to lunch for like 3 hours.
Yeah. You're lunching.
Yeah.
You might even be brunching. You're definitely lunching.
Definitely not working.
You're not working. You're not doing shit. No one works in December. The wind down begins at Melbourne Cup Day.
Yeah.
I mean, you do things,
but this is like, you know how in, I think, Titanic, how it takes ages for them to like slow down the engines and then kick it back in reverse when they're trying to like avoid the iceberg. Like this is the engines really slowing. They start slowing at Melbourne Cup.
I'll use another analogy. The boat hits the iceberg at Melbourne Cup. Takes a while to sink, though.
The boat's sinking.
The boat's sinking.
Yeah.
The boat's beginning to sink from like the November 4th, 5th, 6th.
Yeah. Mr. Ismay's shitting his pants.
Ismay's getting ready to be a fucking cuck and jump off.
Yeah.
Not go down with a ship like a man.
No.
He's about to steal like a woman or child's spot.
Yeah.
Leave the boat.
Yeah.
And live the rest of his life in exile.
Yeah, in shame.
For being a loser.
Yeah.
Guess what I watched last night, Tom?
Titanic? I don't know.
Love Island. Not Love Island. Love Actually.
Oh, really?
Again.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
It holds up.
It fucking oath it holds up. It holds up.
It holds up.
Better believe
it's
that.
It's a great fucking film.
The music through it, the score, it's just well done. It's an ensemble. It's an all-star cast.
It's an all-star cast. They all bring their own bit to the fucking table and they nail it.
Can I wig you out?
Yep.
Are you prepared to be wigged out?
Is this like when it was made? I think we talked about this and it wigged me out.
Keira Knightley in that movie, very attractive, was only 5 years older than the kid.
I have heard that.
I'm like, how is that possible?
No, because either that kid was like 18 and didn't have pubes.
She was 18 and he was 13. I'm like, bruh, he looks like he's 7.
I thought he was 7.
I thought he was 6. Like he could, if he said I'm in kindergarten, I'd go, yeah,
Sure. You want to do some finger painting, dumb kid?
Yeah. Like if he wore nappies, I wouldn't be shocked.
No. Oh, you did a little poo-poo.
I'd be like, oh, you're a bit late in the go. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's right. Look,
you're a guy. Like boys late. Like they're a bit.
We all develop different times. You're 6.
Boys are a lot slower, obviously.
They are.
But like, wouldn't surprise me if he came up and tugged on his mum's jacket and said, "I've just shit myself."
I poo-poo my pants.
Yeah.
But apparently,
he's got poo running out his leg. He's 13.
You try to tell me he's 13 years old.
Look, I don't want to say it, but I will. Like, is that why he got into acting? Because
well, what else is he? He couldn't do anything.
He couldn't stay in the school. He couldn't stay in the schoolyard.
No, because it's
not a 13-year-old wearing nappies.
No, you can't.
He'd be in year 7. You can't go to high school in nappies, Tom.
I mean, you can, Eddie, but I just wouldn't encourage it.
Well, it's not. It's frowned upon.
It's frowned upon in the schoolyard.
Your contemporaries aren't going to have...
They're not going to...
They're going to have fun with you.
Listen, no one's here for bullying.
I'm not a... Bruh.
But if you're wearing nappies when you're 13, and it's purely because you just haven't got around to not shitting in your pants, then unfortunately that's on you, dude.
Well, you're opening yourself up for criticism and for attack.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yeah. That's like nature, though, you know?
Well, it's, you know.
Don't poo yourself till you're 13, unless it's like a physiologically, like a
obviously, and shout it to people that might, because of a medical reason. That's fine.
That's fine. But if you're just wearing nappies because you don't want to learn, that's on you.
Well, he's a late bloomer.
He's a late bloomer. Yeah, that is a wig out, Eddie. That's a big wig out. That's one of the great wig outs. It's been fucking hot, I'll tell you. Are you in climate-controlled, air-conditioned house where you don't notice it?
No, I'm aware that it's hot. It was fucking hot on Sunday.
I know that, like, you're
36 and a half degrees, 37 it got up to, windy as well.
Yeah.
You know that scat summer wind?
Yeah, that's why it comes back to me and gets the hay fever rearing its ugly head again.
But can I place myself into air-conditioned environments? Yes.
Okay. See, I can't. My house, I'm pretty lucky though. My house is pretty cool.
Don't you have one?
Yeah, but I don't really need it. We needed it in Bondi because it was hotter in the house than outside of the house. It'd be like 43 degrees in our apartment.
Well, yeah, we're top floor.
top floor, and for some
Open
reason,
to the elements.
but no breeze, which was weird. Anyway, that's why we got that
Angle.
aircon. It was all angle, dude. Angle of the dangle. But now our apartment is definitely cooler inside than out, but it was just still. Just not a breath of wind. And
Have you got fans running?
had nothing. I just was like, fuck it, whatever. I kind of liked it. It'd been pissing with rain for so long. It was like, you know, this is what summer's about, sitting in fucking heat and stewing and sweating to a degree.
To a degree.
The problem I had last night was it was that sort of heat where I felt like I was chafing by just sitting there. You know, your undies are sticking, everything's sticking to you. Like, even the slightest movement, you're like, okay, just by existing, I'm chafing.
That's a tough place to be.
It's a tough spot to be, right?
To have to wear the fact that you will chafe just by an extension of existing.
Just by sitting there.
Just by existing in this world, you will chafe.
You will chafe. There's nothing you can do about it.
Are you a chafer? Like, would you put yourself in like a camp chafe?
Only through exercise if I'm not wearing the appropriate.
Do you chafe going about your work? And by that I mean like, I don't know, going to the post office.
No.
Going shopping.
No.
Like walking to the shops. Will you chafe?
Although if I'm in, I guess like...
I'm just trying to work out what level of like, how prone to chafing are you? Because I've never chafed sitting on the couch. And I'm not here to judge you.
No.
I'm just trying to work out how we get to that.
How you get to chafing by merely sitting on the couch.
Yes.
It's a great question. And one that now I realise when I don't get any sort of like, yeah, me too. I'm like, oh, okay, that is me. That's all on me. I'm a guy that chafes on the couch.
I get the sweating and like I get all that. And like particularly if you've got a leather couch, listen here closely, punters and dribblers. There's no place for leather in Australian homes in summer. There just isn't.
No, this isn't a home either, just so you know. We're sitting in a set.
This is a studio and it's air conditioned.
It's air conditioned to buggery.
If you don't have air conditioning and you live in Australia in summer, I got to tell you, I think that buying a leather couch is a poor choice.
Dude,
I
it's
think,
the worst
I think you're
choice.
opening yourself up for failure.
We had
for
one.
chafe.
Do you remember at Redfern downstairs
Yes.
when we
No one
first?
sat down there, did they?
Not in summer, they didn't. We used to. We got it all. We did it up. I don't know if you ever came around.
Yeah,
We, like,
she did do it
and
up,
was
yeah.
But there was a leather couch in there when I first moved in, and it was always hot. It was like a windowless basement where I used to sleep, funnily enough, and where I developed shingles. But the heat in that fucking thing on a leather couch, and like you'd be going like, I might have actually stuck to this thing now. Like I'm fucking. It's.
Someone needs to peel you off.
Someone needs to peel me
You need a
off.
stick or a rod.
Or like a huge, an oversized spatula. To
yes.
like get under there. And,
Yeah. Like removing an egg from a pan.
yes, exactly. One that's been given too much time to cook onto the thing without the oil.
You're using an enamelless pan.
It's an old pan.
So
that's
either
got
it's
no-
old and the enamel has left this world, or you've gone
cheap
cheap
piece
as
of
shit
shit.
and you've gone to fucking Big Dub and you've
Don't
gone,
you-
oh, that pan's $3.50.
Don't you reckon
Done.
sometimes though you can get a good pan, or at least one that's sold as like, this thing is as non-stick gets. Nothing will stick to this thing. And then you get it and you're like, oh, I've been lied to. Like I didn't pay.
Depends.
It wasn't cheap.
High-end stuff isn't going to stick. It's just not.
What? How much was?
Oh, but I think you're better. I think you're better off going relatively cheap. Like you can go to Kmart and get non-stick for fucking not much, and they'll do you right.
See, that's where I don't know they do you right.
But it's longevity, Tom. It's time. How long can this thing stay in the trenches, getting pounded egg after egg, soso after soso?
yeah, you're right. So if this
burger after burger,
this
how
is an
long
opening
can it,
batter,
Yeah,
how
and then
many nuts are seen
also
off?
maybe in a moment of frustration, you're trying to get some fucking you brush it or you flip it with a bit of metal, like and then
scour.
A scour. Then you've taken off some of the enamel, and then it'll spread, and now you're in big trouble.
Once some water gets in, once you breach the
Once
wall,
the seal is breached, much like the seal breaching when you're on the beers, it's all over.
you're fucked.
It's all over Red Rover. Hope that helps.
How'd we get there?
Don't know. You getting peeled off the couch, covered in
Sure,
rash.
Sure, hot, chafe by sitting, chafe by merely
So did you
existing.
chafe by sitting last night?
Yeah,
you
I
did.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did.
Well, at least you're honest about it.
I mean, I don't know how else to be. Now, I think it's recovered overnight, but as I was getting into bed,
I would have expected it to.
It's certainly calmed down.
I would have expected it to calm down. Just getting into the sheets. Did you have a shower before bed?
Fucking oath.
Well, there you go. I think that all helps.
Nice cold shower.
Yep, nice and cold.
And then a nice cold one this morning.
Maybe a bit of talcum powder around the groin.
You know what? I haven't had talcum powder for a while, but
Have you got some laying around?
No.
Because it sounds like you might need to get some.
I might need to get some on the way home.
I think so.
Nip into a whatever they call it.
I don't expect days to get cooler, Tom. So you need to be prepared.
I'm here for that. I tell you, I am.
I'm not saying you're not here for it. I'm saying that a bottle of talcum powder is not going to go amiss.
No, it's not. It's gonna be like I'm baking a cake in my underpants. I will have to whip the fan out though, because I think it has reached a point now where it's like you need a fan. I tell you what, for chafing, or just for that we're chafing by sitting. If you have a fan next to your bed and you can just angle it on like the problem area, high intensity wind, full speed, that is also a way to sort of expedite the recovery process from chafe, I would say, if you've got it overnight.
I think it can help. Fans are... It's funny, when you get away from fans, you realise they're more of like a white noise sort of thing for me, a fan. Like the ones that are on stilts, as opposed to like a ceiling fan. Because they're not very effective if it's really hot and humid. And they don't give you the full immersive experience of wind rushing over the whole body. It's
so
like
you prefer a ceiling fan?
Yes.
I find the ceiling fan less
I like
effective.
ceiling fans because I feel like I'm getting my whole bod's getting done at once, as opposed to like it's moving up my body from one area to the other.
Which,
do you know what I
yes,
mean?
but see, now this is where you need to. You maybe look. You're a bit younger than me. Haven't seen as many winters or summers in this case, but there are ways for you to angle a fan that will get you full body blasted if you want to. I also find the ceiling fan doesn't have the same power. Like I need to be getting like. I disagree. Ceiling fans are fucking. If it's like above you, you can get them to pound you, bro. It depends. I think also maybe there's a little less. I think I know what I'm going to get from a fan on a stand, whereas a ceiling fan can be hit and miss.
Particularly if it's old and it's loose.
Yes.
And it makes that sound, and you're like that's not good enough.
It's not good enough, and it could be unscrewing as we speak, and it's going to fall down.
Surely they fall all the time.
I would think so. But there'd be probably cords more than anything else that hold them up there, like wires and shit.
Sure.
Not the point. If you have your fan stand at the end of your feet facing back up at you, you get it pushes the length of your body. It's a different type of full body air, Eddie. It's not top down.
It's more perpendicular.
Sure, if we want. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know. I don't think what's perpendicular. Is that like? It's not. It's perpendicular like how angles work. Like
insert the correct term here.
We've certainly
it's
lost
more
ourselves.
up ya.
It's up ya. It's up your wind instead of down ya.
On ya.
On ya.
It's up ya instead of on ya.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Whereas in ya's different again.
In ya completely different. That's like.
Well, usually you need someone blowing.
You need someone to be blowing it in ya.
Yeah, yeah.
And that less about cooling down.
Well, yeah. In some cases, more about getting high.
Yes.
Like a good melving's in your wind.
Oh yeah, a good melving. Yeah, if you want a good, if it's in ya, you're getting melved. That's what we do know. That we can say with complete certainty.
But this is up your wind.
This is up ya.
And I prefer on ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think neither of us chomping at the bit to have in your wind. At this point. No, we're not ruling it out.
Not on Monday at fucking 9:30.
Nah, dude. Nah. Christmas around the corner, you know. And no disrespect to anyone that is, you know, sort of pro in your wind. Finds themselves, there's no judgment here, no hate.
No hate. And like this time of year, festive, everyone's letting their hair down. You're probably seeing more in your win than we have.
Yes. You get a few weeks off from work, hopefully. Yeah.
It's almost in your win season.
It is in your win season. And that's kind of why we're bringing it up. We're drawing attention to the fact that it is in your wind. It's in your wind is real wind. And it just depends on, it's wind plus,
Yeah. Win plus.
Yeah, it's anyway.
Anyway.
Hope that helped in some way.
Where to from there?
Did I have anything else to report? How was your weekend, mate?
Big.
Yeah, it seemed like it was large. Were you out yesterday as well?
No.
Okay. Friday, Saturday?
Friday, Saturday.
Doing what?
Ripping and tearing.
That's nice.
Couple of lunches.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. Loved it.
Loved it?
Loved every second
And
of
how
it.
are you now?
I'm all right. I'm actually not too bad. The nights weren't too late. Like lunches. See, it's funny, right? Like I'm better served personally going from fucking 12 o'clock in the day, but then wrapping it up at like 2 o'clock than I am going from 6 o'clock till
4,
5, 6, 7.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that makes sense.
That shit puts me in a body bag. If I go to bed at 2 and I get up at like 10, I'm like, bro, I'm sweet.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm good to go.
And I'm
not a problem.
I'm probably more like if I get to bed at 12 because I won't, unless I play like a fucking get out of jail free card, of which I don't have many of those.
Do you have any left?
Yeah, I haven't used any yet.
Thought you'd use one.
No.
You keep saying they're work days, don't you?
Well, that's the reality. There's only one time where I've done it, and that was after the staff thing, like the Chrissy party.
No, there was one other time, definitely. I just can't recall what it was.
Trust me, I've never needed to use it, and I'm like, to be honest, hindsight being what it is, now that we've had time. This, for those of you who don't know, Steph for Father's Day gave me like a fucking bender and a day off afterwards card. I'm like, am I ever going to be able to use this thing? I don't know.
What, you reckon it's bullshit?
I don't think it's bullshit. I'm just trying to like think about a way where it's like I've never really had a moment to use it yet.
But are you implying that she won't let you use it?
No,
That
no.
it's void?
No, I'm saying put it this way, right? Like if you had a Bucks party, do I need a special get out of jail free card for a Bucks party? Or is that just like, yeah, it's life, go enjoy it? Or if there's one where it's like, oh, the boys are calling on a fucking Friday night and I want to go get belted, it's a really last minute thing. I feel like that's probably the better use for it. It's like going, I'm really sorry.
No, I think it's
This is
like
a last minute play of the card.
I think if you go to the pub at like 5 o'clock for a couple of scoops and then you're just really enjoying them, chats flying, boys are on one, and you pick up on a vibe there and then
that it's going to be
something special's in the air, and that you need to lean into it. That's when you get on the blow about 10:30. Steph, I'm using it. Sorry.
Sorry. What? You were probably wondering why I haven't answered my phone.
Yeah. Look, I understand there's 30 missed calls, but I'm here to tell you that
the card's been played.
It's been played.
And you now need to not be angry at me. Like that's the card.
Well,
the card is freedom.
The card is freedom.
Yeah.
It was given to me as a gift. It's from where I'm sitting, it's still fucking...
It's still valid.
It's still valid.
Yeah.
It's not void yet, so stiff shit. That's, I think, the way
I think that's the way to do it as well.
100%. You don't do it for $1. That's...
Do you know what I mean? I was thinking like, you don't forward plan something like that and you're like, oh, I'll use the card. And it's like, no, you need to play this card like...
No.
Here it is. We're getting fucked up.
Exactly.
Again, I feel like... Do you remember 50 First Dates, the movie with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, where it's like fucking the memory's not there? Do you remember that guy where it's like, hi, I'm Tom, and then 30 seconds later he comes back up and he says, introduce himself, and his memory's only 30 seconds?
Yep.
That's what I feel like my memory has been like for this podcast to this point. I have no idea what we're talking about, and I have no idea how we got to where we have multiple times on multiple occasions.
That's all right, mate. I'll lead us through. But that was my weekend.
Are you well? Do you feel fine?
Feel good.
That's good.
Feel tip-top.
Are you going home?
Going to Dubbo.
When?
Tomorrow.
Fucking oath.
Getting in the car, cruising back, me and the tonk.
Not fruits?
Nah. It's actually technically my year with her family, but I haven't seen my family all year, so I'm like, stiff shit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
COVID, bruh.
I think that's fair. So me and my sister drive back. Big Tonk, he's coming too.
Tonk's a country dog at heart.
He loves it out there.
He's a
bro.
city dog, but he's a
Mate,
well, I guess maybe you try to maybe more instill country values in a city dog.
But he's a city dog.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking pretend like he isn't.
No, he's not.
He's
a city dog.
He's a city dog. Most country dogs live outside their whole lives. He would not last 5 seconds outside by himself. He'd be devastated. So he's a city dog, but he enjoys the country.
Yeah.
He enjoys it. Like, they've got a backyard that opens up in the golf course, and as soon as he gets there, he just like fucking loses it. Just runs around the backyard, having
Loving
the
it.
time of his life.
Yeah, hadn't seen
he's
that
like,
much space.
He's just like, there's so much space and it's so flat.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun.
I can just run around.
There's
do
like
it.
birds and shit, and squirrels. Not squirrels, but you know what I mean.
May as well be. Bandicoots.
Bandicoots, shit like that. So he's pumped.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, he's fucking
well,
pumped.
that's exciting. That's exciting.
What are you doing, buddy? What are you up to? You
Nothing.
going to tune it?
No. Hanging.
Tune it?
Bruh, children of a young age, I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to be able to like park it.
What are you doing for Christmas?
Steph's family coming over in the morning. Then I'm going to my mum's in the Arvo. Children sleep at some point during the day there. I am now...
Do you have to take like a fucking... Where do they sleep? In a
Travel
pram?
cot.
Travel cot.
Travel cot. You're
Have
welcome.
you figured that thing out?
I have. You saw me the first night I was trying to put it up and I wanted to put it in a fucking...
Yeah, I've seen it. It was a
Sure.
frustrated Tom.
It was. But no, I've got it now. Even though...
That thing got the better of you.
It did, and it still does, and it's a stupid fucking design, and it's not as simple as just flick it and it's all fucking there. It's like you need to basically like know, you know, like to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu to get this thing up, which I am technically not, but you know, I know how to move around.
You could roll.
I could roll if I had to. So fuck that thing. Yeah, Christmas, mum's, family coming over, silly season. I'm now... Before silly season's even started, Steph and I hit rock bottom from like a lifestyle. You know, like it's New Year. It's like, all right, New Year resolutions. Let's get fit. Let's not fucking. We already hit rock bottom on the weekend.
How?
We went out, had a lovely. It was like we like to do like an end of year sort of like lunch, just the two of us. With Zoe there asleep, but like reflect on the year. It's been a big year, all that sort of shit. Went to Garfish in Manly. Phenomenal seafood restaurant. Phenomenal. Went and had a big fucking banquet, seafood banquet. Caught the ferry, all this shit. Came back. It's just about us not being able to say no to like sugar, basically. We get back.
You or her? Do you convince her?
No, I think we're both as bad as each other, but I'm worse, which doesn't make sense. But like, we're both bad. So there was ice cream in the fridge that she'd got like a couple of nights ago that she didn't think I knew about, but I'd been low-key pilfering on the daily. Just I'd walk past, quick whip a spoon out. Just pilfer a little fucking, just poke a spoon of ice cream here or there.
Yeah.
Then she's like, oh, I've got a surprise in the fridge. She doesn't think I know about it. And I go, it's the ice cream. I've been eating it for 2 days. She's like, what? I'm like, it's the fucking ice cream. I already know about it. It's not gonna
How would you not know about it?
I'm like, there's not going to be as much as you think in there. I just want to forewarn you. I've been aware of it. She's like, how the fuck did you know that was in there? I'm like, I drink tequila every night on ice. I see the ice cubes. I've been parlaying a bit of tequila into a bit of ice cream. She's like, you're a fucking piece of shit, which is a fair response. She then goes out. She sees that there really isn't much there. She finishes it. But then she, and this is on her, orders us another tub, Uber Eats. Now we're sitting on the couch. 20 minutes later when it arrives, hot fucking Saturday night, full to the brim on seafood and cocktails, as well as Dad ordering some sushi when he got home. And then we just pound this other fucking thing into the ground. Pound it. Cookies and cream connoisseur. Pound. To the point where, as you know me, I go, we're finishing this thing. Like, I'm like fucking Denzel Washington in Remember the Titans with like a rev up speech about how we're gonna fucking pound this ice cream. We are not going to bed with this thing.
Nah.
We're not enjoying it tomorrow.
No,
it's
you gotta
now.
dig deep.
It's now.
Yeah, the time is now.
Yeah. Get the big spoons out. Fuck the small ones.
Yeah. I need tablespoons.
Get me the
If you bring a
tablespoon.
teaspoon out here, we got problems.
We got real problems. That's going to take too long. This is about speed. This isn't about taste anymore. Anyway, we fucking pump it, and then the next day, both just woke up feeling so ashamed of ourselves and feeling like so unwell. You know, like if you have like a really unhealthy.
Mate, those connoisseurs aren't small.
Dude, it was a fucking.
There's a bit going on
they're
there.
Like a I don't know. Is it a liter? Probably not a liter. I don't know.
I reckon it's a litre.
A liter?
I reckon.
I'll go with a liter.
Well, think about a litre milk.
Yes, it's about a liter.
I think it might be more.
It
But
could
ice
be.
cream, maybe it has different density. Who knows? I'd say it's comfortably a litre.
I'm comfortable with a liter. And we just were like, what's wrong with this, dude? Like, what's wrong with this? And then we're like, we sort of spoke about it as being like it was such a ravenous moment
yeah.
where like you don't
Well,
even
it was
really
a moment.
think
It was a moment of passion.
passion. You don't even think about it. Then
a moment
before
of
you know it, you're both just laying there like, what have we done?
Yeah. Running out of you're out of path.
Yeah. So
And the guilt sets in.
the guilt set in big time, but it also just felt sick. Like you've eaten so much shit. So that's why you saw me pounding the pavement yesterday in fucking 300-degree heat to try and punish myself.
I saw that. I'm like, is this bloke?
Whipping
Is
my
he playing
back.
dress ups?
It looked like I
Is
was
he trying to
playing
wall
dress
pull
up.
the punter and the dribbler,
Yeah,
or
well-
is this legit?
Michael Pride has my sunnies. These are not sunnies you can run in that I am wearing.
Dude, I thought you looked good.
Yeah, dude, I thought I looked fucking
You look sun
fantastic.
safe as well.
Yeah. Just ready to rip and tear.
Ready to rip and tear.
My goal
How
was
much?
to run.
How much you pack it out?
My goal was 5Ks.
Yep.
Ran 3.
And walked 2, or just packed it up?
Well, to be honest, I dropped off for like a week of exercise and pounded vapes into the earth for that week. You and I had been on a bit of a vape binge. Maybe that's normal for you, not for me.
Well, it's certainly escalated.
Yeah, I was rolling vape into vape, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
usually it's like, oh, that one's finished, right? I'm not going to do it anymore for a while. This was like, that one's finished. Fucking give me another one. So it was tough on the lungs. I didn't even run 3 straight. I had to stop.
I tell you what, your fitness goes like that.
So quick.
I went for a
dude.
run the other day with Hugh, and I was like, this is tough going.
Yeah.
This is really tough going.
It's funny how your mind works. I start running and I'm like, I'm fucking feeling good. And that was the first like 35 meters. And then it's like, oh, no, I'm not. No, no.
Fucking feeling good.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling light on my feet. This
Oh
is great.
my-
Oh, no, I'm not.
Nah.
No. There's the back pain. There's the knees.
And then you laboured for 3Ks. On and off, on and
Just
off.
trundled. It was the epitome
Was it just
of
a classic trundler?
It was a classic
what,
trundler.
7.5?
No, I think I finished out at about 6s.
That's all right.
I'm cool with it. And then I finished on this big set of stairs in Rose Bay, which are absolute, like it's
Which
the
ones?
scoutest, the big motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And the embarrassing thing there was that there was a woman who was walking up ahead of me with her dog.
And you never caught her.
No, I overtook her, but then I overtook her early on in the going. But as the stairs got, like as you progress, I was like my speed and my cadence and everything was just falling through the floor. And to the point where you're so tired, like you misstep.
Yeah.
I start to like almost collapse. You know what I mean? Like, thank God there's a railing there. I had to keep like grabbing it because I'm like,
Did you actually?
I'm like my foot's slipping off a step or some
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
as I'm trying to get up to the top. I was like, man, get me home. This is fucked.
Get this man home.
Anyway, so that's me. I've hit rock bottom. I know it's still silly season. I think it's more just about like eating, pounding.
I
ice cream
think
in the
there's.
earth.
Can I be honest with an old friend?
Yeah.
I think there's still room to fall. I don't think we're at the bottom yet.
You don't think we found the floor?
I don't think so.
I fucking hope you're wrong.
I know what's coming up. I know the food that's going to be on offer.
Yeah.
The access to food.
Yeah. I just think it's about like not ordering liters of ice cream.
I understand that. I think that, you know, that period that we're getting towards like sort of, you know, Christmas Eve through to New Year's, there's a lot of room for vulnerability
Yeah.
and for weakness.
For weakness. And that's where I'm in a weak state right now. Like I am weak. I am weak. And my mother-in-law.
I wouldn't be so confident that
I'm
you're
not.
at the bottom.
I'm confident-ish. My mother-in-law, I love her to death, and she knows like. So she brought over like Ferrero Rochers a couple of weeks ago.
Criminally underrated for
They are probably the greatest chocolate going around, and I, again, have a problem that it was well documented on this show.
Well, we've just spent 20
Just
minutes
spent
on
20
it.
minutes on it. I finished them all.
What, you finished the double decker?
It was 8. So
8. Usually it's 16. Wouldn't it be 8 and 8?
Yeah, 8 and 8, so it's 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I meant like 8 on top, 8 on the...
Yeah.
I pounded them. I think Steph got 1 away, and then I ate them all, and she was like, what the fuck's wrong
In
with
how
you?
long?
An hour. I don't know, not that long. But like you just got to walk, every time you walk into the kitchen, they're there. Oh, I'll take 2 more. I'll take 4. I'll take 3.
I get it.
They're not hard to do.
No, they're not hard to do.
But now she
And
brings
they're
them
like,
over
there's a
all
lot
the
of
time.
air in them.
There is, yeah. They're not that dense.
No.
They're fucking good. But anyway, now she brings them over all the time, and I'm assuming that's going to be the same for this sort of next period. So there's a real danger point for me in Ferrero Rochers.
Yeah. Well, Ferrero Rochers will get you.
I actually think they might be the greatest chocolate going around. Like, they're a bit more brasserie, I know. They're not your day-to-day.
They're certainly not day to day. I don't think that you can be a daily Ferrero Rocher operator.
No.
I think
that's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. They're not the cheapest chocolate.
No.
So obviously they take a whack out of the pocket, but they are a special occasion chocolate.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Now you could say, well, if they're so good, why don't you eat them all the time? Sometimes part of you knows that it's nice to hold things back.
Like you're not drinking fucking Dom Perignon every day.
No, you're not. We could.
We could do it.
We could. Tom and I could. We're at the top of the heap. We could if we wanted to, but we don't. We like to look forward to things.
To our Dom Perignon.
That's right. Same with the Ferrero. You're like, oh, it's Christmas time. It's that time of year. We're celebrating. Get the Ferreros out. Get the Ferrero shares out right now.
But now, my current situation, at least for the last few weeks, I've been basically eating them like once a week. Every Friday, I just pound Ferrero shares because Steph's mum comes around and I see him. She brings them over.
So how many Fridays in a row have you pounded 16?
No, only the one. I pounded them all. But in fairness, I probably pound most of them every week. And I'll like, obviously, hey, anyone want one? Good, everyone's had their, mate.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Should we talk sport at some point on this fucking podcast?
Let's talk some cricket.
Eddie Ashes cricket. When we talk it, we do it for KO. The home of Ashes cricket is obviously Fox Cricket, but you can get Fox Cricket on KO. We thank them for their support. How you seen it, chum? We're going to win it today. We're going to win the second test today. We need 6 wickets.
So obviously it starts about 3 o'clock, Australian Eastern Daylight Time.
AEDT.
I think 4:30, 4:45, something like that. I think it's all over. Sayonara.
You think it that quick?
Yeah, I think so. I think they roll over. They're fucking English and they're weak. And
They are weak, dude.
And we're on top and we're ripping and we're tearing.
Is there anything sadder?
And it's as simple as that.
Is there anything sadder? I think it might be the saddest thing I've ever seen in the history of Ashes cricket is pace bowler Ollie Pope coming on to bowl offies. Now, he wasn't that bad, in fairness to Ollie Pope.
No, he wasn't that bad.
He wasn't that bad. But Joe Root, weak English boy, got hit in the ribs or something with a cricket ball. You know, David Warner plays on in that situation in this test. He comes back and plays, whereas, you know, Root's like, oh, I've got to sit down. Me ribs are hurt. Can't bowl spin. So then Ollie Robinson, who cares? Puts on the speed dealers and gets to
turning
them.
Well,
Not really, but bowling.
trying to land him.
I was like, what the fuck? Me and Noobs were watching, and I was like, what in the fuck are we watching here?
I think it was the first. I was listening on the radio. I was listening to BBC Test podcast because I like to get the other side's opinion.
Yes.
Of where they're sitting.
Yes.
It's like the first time that a team has 7 different wicket takers since like 1896 or some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Because like Milan got a bowl, he got his
Yeah.
first test wicket.
Yeah. It was fucking basically the whole side got a wicket. That's where they're at.
And then Root did come on and bowl, and he was taking him. He can bowl all right.
Like
Joe.
Anderson took 1 wicket
Is that it?
in the. How many has he taken for the whole Test match?
2, 3?
Not many. Not many at all.
Dude, they are pathetic.
Yeah, 3 in the whole test.
3. Josh Butler of Where the Fuck's Your H fame
Yeah.
has taken 7 of 12 catches.
Dude.
He's dropped 5.
He's dropped 5. And he's taken some screamers.
He's dropped 5 catches. Carey's 10 of 10.
Is he 10 of 10? There you go.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Like, I mean, if you want to look at sort of just like a figurehead of failure,
Then look no further
Than
than
Josh
Like,
Butler.
He encapsulates their whole side.
Yeah.
Weakness everywhere. Another fun fact for you, Tom. They've got the English side, English Test side has 49 ducks this calendar year. The record's 54. I think we could get close.
That'd be great. That would imagine
the record in the history of Test cricket
is 54.
Is 54 by who? England, 1998.
Not even that long ago either.
49 ducks this calendar year. That is outrageous.
Dude. That is outrageous.
That is outrageous.
Okay, so we could knock over a couple of ducks.
That's what I'm saying.
Today.
We get a couple today and then we've still got another test.
The Mighty Ducks.
The Mighty Ducks. They would be the Mighty Ducks.
They'd be the Mighty Ducks.
They'd be the mightiest ducks of all time.
Yeah.
I reckon there's a couple of ducks today. I think maybe one or two. That gets us to 51. We're 3 short, 2 innings. Bruh, doable. So doable.
And so that's in a calendar year, isn't it? So we've only got one more test.
We've got 6 wickets to get here and then another whole test.
Yeah, to get some ducks though.
To get 5 ducks.
To get our ducks in a row.
Six for the win. Seems like a lot of ducks, but you got to remember we're playing the English.
Yeah. Who suck.
Who are awful. So I'm not that wigged out about it.
No, I'm not. Joe Root, I know that he's the number 1 test batter in the world, apparently. A
lot of runs this year. I think he's got
1,600, only 4 batsmen.
I think he's got more than 1,000 runs more than their second best this year.
Who's fucking, I think it's Rory Burns, who's got 400.
Yeah.
That's pathetic.
That's pathetic. That's where they're at. They're fucking appalling.
But
he got hit in the groin. He was injured yesterday because he got hit in the groin in the nets.
Oh, was it groin?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was ribs.
He went for checks.
Oh, no.
And then got hit again. It wasn't his rib.
Oh, bruh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to apologise to Joe for that because no one wants a shot like that.
Well, it's funny you say that.
Followed up by another shot.
It's funny you were saying that because I was saying today, I was in this podcast I was listening to, they were like, it's funny the first time, but no one laughs the second time.
No way, bro. I didn't know that it happened again.
Yeah. Like his nuts have been through the ringer.
They've been vaporised.
Yeah. There wouldn't be much left.
No, man. In Independence Day when that alien ship just comes in and blows up the White House?
Yes.
Like that laser is Stark's bowling and the White House is Joe Root's ball.
Well, it's the Kookaburra, really, as well.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because you got one in throwdowns.
That's true.
And they were saying, why wasn't he wearing pads and shit? Like, why wasn't he wearing protection in the nets? The ball's still...
Because he's obviously high on confidence, even though he can't fucking get a ton in the nation. He's still batting well, though, right? Like, he bats well, and then Cam Baggy Green...
He's just under incredible pressure.
Out last ball last night. Like, what a loser.
But he was injured. Do you know what I mean?
No.
No, but I'm with you. I'm just
loser.
Saying... of course he's a loser. I'm just saying that he's up against it.
Yeah.
Not only is he a loser... He's also contending with the fact that his nuts have been vaporised.
Yeah, that
his team sucks. That he's trying to skipper this team of fucking losers who
outside of Stokes.
They're all losers.
I was pissing myself on, was it Friday? Went for a couple of Arvo scoops. Potentially one where I should have played a card. But on the way, I was listening to 2G. Was it fucking Grandstand? And just how much Ian Chappell hates Joe Root as at least a captain. He's like, he just kept going. He's like, I think it was after Ollie Robinson got Marnus out for another no ball and they had to bring him back. And he was like, bad captains rarely have good luck. And you know how bad of a captain I think Joe Root is. But even for a bad captain, he's having some bad luck. I was like, holy shit, that is...
Well, it's funny. Like, I don't understand... I love the game. But I don't understand it on that nuanced level where, like, the bowling changes and the fielding changes and shit's harder for me to pick up on.
Same.
But everyone that knows it well, intricately, all says the same thing. They're like, Joe Root is a fucking awful captain. Like, does not know what he's doing. Bowling changes make no sense. His fielding...
just look at him, though. There's nothing about him that's inspirational.
He's not a leader of man.
He's
not a leader of man. I think it's a classic case of let's pick our best player as captain as opposed to who is a leader of men.
Yeah.
Who is going to lead men into battle here?
Do we think it's Stokes? Yeah.
Fucking oath, bro. He's a leader. 100%. If you just let Joe Root be this prodigious batter that we've been led to believe he is,
Yes.
that we rarely see.
We don't see it, so that's why
We
everyone
don't
else is
see
like,
it.
he's the best batter. Like, we've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen a good batter.
How many Ashes tons has he got?
None. Oh, well, sorry, in Australia he's got none.
I
Check how
don't,
many
I
Ashes.
don't feel like he's got that many in England.
Did he didn't get one last time we were there, did he?
My memory is shot to shit. I
Shot
wouldn't
to
be able
shit.
to tell you.
Can you check that, Matty?
He has got 300s against Australia.
Not that many.
Not that many. How
Like,
many?
it's a few.
That's in 26 games. So 50 innings.
Yeah. But
That's-
no, but consider that he's supposed to be this prodigious talent.
350 innings is shit.
Smudge
For
has
him.
got, how many has Smudge got, Ashes? He'd be like 7, maybe? 8?
Do you know what's crazy? Oh, we were talking about this, weren't we? Yeah, we were when we were doing the live stream. Record breaking. Just about David Warner, 24 test tons, and he's got out in the 90s twice. He'd be on 26. That's one behind Smudge. He's already in another level, but like 26 tons. Smudge, if he got his, he's 20, but like it just would have put him in a completely different. You're fucking almost, you're knocking on the door of 30, which is
Yeah,
Hados.
then you're knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Smith has 11 Ashes hundreds.
So
Holy
that's
shit. Bro, he's got 11, and how many less than like Steve Waugh has he played? I think it's like him and Steve Waugh, or is it him and...
Wow, Smudge has more Ashes hundreds in England.
Yeah, he stands up over
Yeah,
it.
he fucking goes with the big lift.
He delivers.
say, Steve Waugh?
So I think it's like just maybe most Ashes hundreds for Australia. I think it's Bradman, and then it's like Smudge.
They were also saying in this podcast that Smudge has like a disgusting amount of catches to his name. Like catches that no one usually has unless you're a wicket keeper.
As in because he's just good at catching as opposed
Like
to...
he never grasps.
He grasped one last night.
did,
But then
off
he came
spin.
back and took... That's also what I was like...
Like he rarely grasps.
You see the catches the slips take, even like the regulation slips catches, and you're like, that is fucking elite catching. Like it's not easy to catch things. Like your reaction time has to be so sharp.
I think Australia's dropped 2 catches in the whole series,
Stark and Smudge. And they were both yesterday.
and England's dropped like 11.
Dude, catches win matches, dude.
Yeah, dude, catches win matches.
Steve Smith has 129 catches in 151 innings.
There you go. The man can catch. The man
Like-
can catch his dick
Oh, the
off.
man can catch his dick off.
He can catch.
Oh, he's been great
Yeah.
as skipper, fill-in skip.
He's been great.
He's been unbelievable.
It's good to know that he's there, like, because there'll be like bowler maybe getting in, like Pat might break down at some point or whatever, but Smudge being back there, I'm happy with. I'm cool with it. Some people may not be. I'm cool with it. I also think Dave at some point should have just his like leadership ban overturned. Fuck it.
Has he got one?
No, he's like, you can never captain again. Never lead again.
But why would he? What leadership role do you have him in?
I don't know necessarily. Maybe ODI. What's Aaron Finch doing? What's he done for me lately?
I don't know.
T20?
Well, you want
I
to
don't
make him
care.
T20 captain?
I don't care,
That's
really.
pretty.
I don't care. I just more think like, all right, has he done like, are we past that now?
You're saying more as like a
just in general.
well, as like a sign that we've moved past.
Yeah.
it. Like a nod.
Do we forgive?
You can be captain if we were to give it to, which we won't.
Which we won't.
But
But you don't
you're
have
eligible.
Yeah, you don't have that mark on your name.
Yeah. You're not marked.
No. Yeah, have you got most Ashes tons for Australia?
Yes, Smith is second with 11.
So who's it? Bradman?
Bradman, Smith, then Steve Waugh.
Have you got, like, what was Steve Waugh? How many innings have you got? Can you see that? So, like, Smith from how many innings? Steve Waugh from how many innings? Because that's what's fucking crazy. Steve Waugh, I believe, had fuckloads
So
more.
Steve Smith has 11 hundreds in 51 innings, whereas Steve Waugh had 10 hundreds in 72 innings. So 20 more innings.
Bang. Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang. And Smudge should add another one.
He should have. He should have.
He should have 12 Ashes tons.
Yeah, he should have 12. Do you think that it's fair for you to, like, have you apologised again to David Warner? Have you got in touch with him personally?
I have. We've straightened it out.
That's good.
I sent over some flowers, some Ferrero shares.
That's nice. That's classy.
Flowers for Candy.
It was one of the great
Rose
jinxes
shares
all
for
time.
David.
Yeah.
He understands it. He knows that I was, I'd had a couple of margies in a can. I was excited.
You'd had more than a couple of margies in a can. You were margied up. Margied to the teeth.
Yeah.
But it was good fun.
But he knows He
when you
knows-
get a couple of margies in you, that's what you do.
Well, I was excited. I was just pumped up. I know I put the knocker in. I understand that. I've owned my mistakes. And I've reached out to David personally. He understands. He's accepted my apology. He said it's frustrating. He would have liked a ton. I said, I understand that. But I was muggied up.
Yeah, he had to take that into consideration.
And he took it into consideration.
Oh, that's good.
He was a gentleman about it.
That's classy from Dave.
Yeah, it was classy. Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Baggy Green can bowl a bit.
Baggy Green, I'm going to go out and say it, has the potential, Tom, to be one of the greatest all-rounders to have ever played the game of cricket. They're comparing him to a young Freddie Flintoff, the way he steams in.
Bro, he bowls quick. He was the second fastest bowler.
Gets into the 140s,
yeah.
bro.
Not just gets in there. That's where he sits. That's like his baseline. I don't think he dropped below, like, his average was 142 the whole fucking...
They were saying last year, like in India, like against India last summer, he was coming in a bit limp-dicked, coming in a bit flaccid.
Yeah.
He's got
Boy
a
body.
pilot. They've sorted him out. He's coming in. He's steaming in now.
Yeah.
And he's hitting the fucking pitch with a bit of purpose.
Yeah.
And people are finding him hard to play. He comes out in the second dig, gets 30-odd or 40. Like, was he not out? Can't remember.
He was not out.
You love to see that.
Yeah.
Because if he can start scoring runs this series based off what he's doing with the ball, fucking oath,
Yeah.
bruh. And
That's
he's
what they're all
young
saying as well.
fuck.
You're hearing he's 22. You're hearing the commentators, they're like, obviously, if he wasn't bowling well, he'd be in a bit of curry. But it's like he's bowling really well. He's got Joe Root out twice. I think he got Milan out. I don't know. But it's like, oh, okay, we know he can bat. You see, he's scoring big scores in Shield.
But he's taken big wickets.
Yes, he's
Big
taking big
names.
dog wickets. That's it. He's not just cleaning up a tail, bunch of losers.
He's a legitimate four-seamer.
Yeah. Speaking of...
If you got four-seamers, bro, fucking good luck.
Yeah, good luck. No, sincerely, good luck.
No, good luck.
No,
you
like
tack onto, but you tack onto that fucking 3 of the top 5 best batsmen on the planet, or 3 of the top 6.
Good luck.
Good luck. Marnus has now got the record for most 50s in 20 tests.
Did you see
18 50s.
Did you see his first innings scores since the Ashes? Have you seen that graphic?
Yeah, I have.
Dude, that is fucking insanity.
Yeah. He averages 70-odd.
Where is it? Hold on. It might even be on the KO Instagram, Matty.
In his first 20 innings,
Yeah, it's the most recent post. Can you just...
Or
Oh,
is it-
fuck it. I'll
is
just
it-
read it out. So Marnus's first innings scores since Lord's 2019. 74, 67, 48, 185, 162, 143, 63, 215, 47, 48, 91, 108, 74, 103.
and now 50-something.
And then 50. Well, no, first innings.
Oh, so.
So he averages 83 in the first innings, and that's
What-
going back to his debut.
Dude, like, that is insanity. Those numbers are psycho.
And he scores them, Tom, when it means something. Joe Root doesn't, oh yeah, fucking Joe Root's, he scored another ton against the West Indies. I'm like, I don't care about that.
Sorry.
Why does that matter? Stop bringing that up. There's
Yeah.
only one thing that really matters if you're English or Australian, it's the Ashes.
Yeah.
That's the be all and end all. Sorry, bro, but it is. And if you're not scoring runs there, does anyone give a shit?
Nope.
Because I don't.
Shout out to Mitchell Starc of needed to stand up and spearhead the attack and did so.
Well, he loves the pink seed.
He loves the pink seed, but
Pink's
it was
his
more
colour.
than this. It was more than that because the country boy was out. Pat Cummins, Omicron, close contact, can't play. You're bringing in Jahai, you're bringing in Michael Nessa. Both have done well, but it's like we needed Mitch to and Gaz. But we need him to stand up and fucking go, all right, we're the two leaders now.
And leaders they were.
Leaders they were.
And leaders they are.
Yeah.
Speaking of pink ball, Marnus has played 5 day-night tests, and only in 2 innings has he not scored 50.
Loves the pink seed.
Dude, it's just good to know when you go like Smudge is 32, he can still play for another 4 or 5 years. Warner 35, he doesn't have a lot more left in him, but like to know that we've got it, the next generational throbber is just there, strapped in, locked and loaded.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked if Warner retired at the end of the summer. Heard an interview with him the other day, and he was sort of like, I don't have long left. Like sort of like maybe alluding to it almost.
In the test arena, surely he'd still be doing IPL and fucking...
Of course. Yeah. Wouldn't shock me.
Oh, I could see that. Let's hope he knocks up from some other. And but he's still playing well. Like, he's still getting 90s. It's kind
I
of
think
like
it's more about the travelling
Yeah.
and fucking
kids and shit.
all
You
that
don't want
shit.
couldn't be
Yeah.
bothered.
Running out of puff.
Yeah, I get it. Running out of puff. Anyway,
And sometimes you want to go on your own terms, Tom.
yeah, you don't want to get dropped. Exactly. Or have like a dick pic released. I will say this, and I feel bad for Tim Payne. But god damn it, sport moves quick.
Dude, can I wig you out? I haven't thought about him for weeks. He hasn't come into my mind. Until you said that then, I probably wouldn't have thought about him till the end of the summer. I don't mean that but with any disrespect.
No.
It just, life moves on pretty
moves on,
fucking
dude.
quickly. He's not coming back.
He's not coming back.
It's done.
He fucking...
Alex Carey's like, bruh.
Sorry, dude, I just smacked a 50 and I haven't dropped a catch all summer.
No, like we're all good here.
Yeah. Thank you.
And we all know it was Tim's last summer anyway. Or do we bring him back for the 5th test in Hobart as like a thanks for everything?
We want to win 5-0, and I'm not saying it really changes anything, but no. If Carey, you fucking drop Carey?
I'm just saying, would you do that as a nod for getting us through one of the most difficult periods in Australian cricket?
It would be nice.
Is that worth something?
I get it, Eddie. Like, I like that to a degree, but I also like foot on the throat 5-0, fuck ya.
He averages fucking in the 40s, doesn't he? Which for a wicketkeeper is pretty good.
No, he averages low 30s, I think, but still good. Look, I'll bring him back if you want. All I'm saying is life moves pretty fast, and Tim Payne was the captain of the country at the start of the summer. Now I don't even think about him. I'm all about the bronzed skin of Alex Carey.
No, I don't think about him. Also, Travis Head really turning me on.
Travis Head with that 50. I look away for 2 seconds. I go to the fridge. I come back. Trav's on 50.
Yeah.
I needed that in the first innings, Trav, but that's all right.
But we didn't.
For my betting, I did.
Right. Sure. I was fucking, 7 runs off? 27.50. A Smith 100 into Stark 4 wickets, first innings.
Yeah, see, that's good. That bet was never going to come off for me. I had Labuschagne, Smith, and Head over 30 runs each, and Head got fucking 15 or something. So he fucked me a little bit, but that's all right.
But he came back with purpose.
He came back with purpose. 50 runs. Thanks for coming.
Now, where do we look to? We look to 5-0. Punters and dribblers. Tom and I said it at the start of the season. We have always been confident of 5-0. Rain pending is about the only way I see this being a draw. If we lose days and days,
Yeah.
which is possible, obviously, being in El Nino or La Nina, whatever the fuck it is. But the English suck. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
They're not at our level. Everyone pretends like they are because they want to sell tickets and sell fucking
But
seats.
they're not.
We see through the bullshit.
They're losers.
We see through it. They have no idea what they're doing. I see weakness everywhere, and they stink. So, chalk up another 5-0, please.
Yeah. Chalk up another
and then
5.
it will be, the last time they won a test would have been
2010.
2011, early January. They won the Sydney test.
The last time they won a test in Australia.
10 years ago. And it'll be moving out to 14.
That's pathetic. Pathetic. But so are the English.
Like,
That's
will
what
we
it's
see the English win another test in Australia?
Ever.
If you and I live to 100, will we see it? I don't know if we will.
The only thing that they will win another test before Parramatta win a comp, but it's touch and go as to like how much earlier they do it. No one, Parramatta never win a comp.
They'll win them in England, sure. We're not saying that. I'm saying down here.
Yeah.
On our soils, on our shores.
Yeah.
I think unlikely.
So a dribbler sent us a screenshot of, there's like an NRL Twitter Reddit. So there's like an NRL Reddit page. Some dribblers are getting on there. Parramatta fans getting really salty about you and I and our chat about Parramatta.
Really?
Yeah, it was really funny.
Saying what?
Like, I just think eventually it's going to come back and bite them on the arse, like this anti-Parramatta rhetoric. Like, it just is too much. Like, these guys, nah, fuck off, you loser. Nah, sorry. Learn to live with it.
Learn to live with
Your
it.
team sucks. Managed to squeeze that into a cricket chat. Enjoy that one. Thanks again to KO for the support. Head to
100%.
KO to watch the cricket. That's where I watch it. And that's where you should be watching it. ko.com.au.
That's where we watch it.
Yeah, if you're not signed up, you're a fucking idiot. Eddie, before we get to the final, we're not doing dribbles, just for those of you that know. Just during this period, Dave's away. We've got Maddie in. Maddie, thank you very much for being here as always.
You're welcome.
Although you have been talking throughout the show, I'm only now just acknowledging that you've been here. So fuck the dribbles, but we have got a video review to get to. I think we finished with that. But Jake Paul knocking out fucking Tyron Woodley.
Do you know how many people think it's staged? It's shocking to me.
Some dribblers.
I'm like, how?
What stage? He fucking cracks him.
What is staged about that? They reckon there was an article that I saw today. I couldn't fucking be bothered reading the whole thing, but basically implying that there were hand gestures. So Jake Paul's like gesturing to him to when to drop his guard and shit. In what world?
Like, seriously. So I didn't watch the fight because the cricket was on, but I've obviously since watched the highlights a million times. Apparently the fight itself wasn't even that good. Like, the fight itself was a bit of a shit show, but it just, all you need
I didn't buy it, put it that way.
No. All you need is one of these, like that sort of a knockout. Like, that's one of the best knockouts of the year, boxing, MMA, anything. Like, that was fucking brutal. But you're watching it, and you're sort of seeing him sort of like twist his wrist. I'm assuming if you like watch it, because I was trying to watch about like, because he loads up so hard on the punch, right?
But he feigns for the body for like subtly, and that's what makes
him. And then drops his hands, and then just bang. But like,
because apparently they said that the ring had said, like his ring had said in previous rounds, he's dropping he's reacting to what you're doing.
Right.
So if you like feign something, he's reacting to it. So it was like sort of planned.
Yeah, it was planned. That's what Jake said after the fight. He goes, I was trying to set him up for that the whole fucking fight, because every time he said he was like throwing out jabs and punches that like Woodley was using his hand, like trying to block him out of the way like that. So he's just dropping his hands. And some dribbler center said a similar thing where it was like, fucking, what about, this? And I'm like, dude, a biff's a biff. That was a fucking knockout for the ages. It's like, it was a wall pull. I'm like, dude, when you see the sweat explode off Woodley's head, that is from the force of a punch.
No, he's out cold.
He's completely fucking out.
He's out cold. You wouldn't be able to think about this. Are you telling me what is it that you're saying? Are you saying that it's set up and that he allowed himself to get knocked out? Are you truly telling me that you don't think he's knocked out?
That he took a dive.
Who the fuck has the ability to fall on their own face?
No one. That's like the greatest acting of all time.
You will always brace yourself. Yeah. Always. It's instant. Like, you can't turn that off. There's no way in the world.
You're arguing that it's the greatest dive of all time.
But are people thinking it's a setup because they can't stomach the fact that Jake Paul
is winning?
Because he's been training fucking hard, and that's all he's done for years.
Yeah.
If people sat and watched him train, I reckon they'd have a massively different opinion.
You definitely.
If they went with him every day to the gym and watched him train, you'd be like, okay.
Okay, he's grinding. But also,
that's all he does.
Yeah. But like it's not like, no, he couldn't beat a world champion boxer.
He's not fighting boxers.
But that's it. He's fighting
wrestlers and shit.
What you have to respect is his ability to command attention, and the fact that someone said, I saw a tweet where it was like 3 years ago, Tyron Woodley was a fucking UFC welterweight champion, and Jake Paul had never had a professional fight. You have to respect what the fucking dude has done. And even though he is fighting, Nate Robinson, NBA, former NBA player, Ben Askren, not a boxer at all.
He's picking well.
And Tyron Woodley has knockout power. Knocked out Robbie Lawler, for fuck's sake. But again, not a boxer, but can box. Like, he's probably on a similar level, if not maybe he's worse than Jake. But you're still going up against a world champion. He's got experience in big fights. Mate, how can you not respect what he's doing?
It was a sellout wherever the fuck they were fighting, like in a massive stage.
He's got fucking Masvidal putting up videos, whether you, like, Masvidal's talking shit about him and going like, and Masvidal's a badass. Masvidal's like, I fight for money or I fight the best in the world, and you're neither. So fucking shut up. The fact he's even talking about him means that ain't the case. Masvidal will fight him, and there is money there, and if the money's right.
Will Masvidal fight him if he gets released?
Yes. Or the UFC just allow it.
No way. Dana White hates him. Bro, there's no fucking way.
And with every fight,
there's no fucking way. There's a big difference between letting Conor fight Mayweather
yeah,
and letting him fight Jake Paul, because it is circus boxing.
It is. That's the thing. It's the new genre is this circus boxing where it's just like, you don't actually need these world champion. You don't need to be a world champion. It's just like.
It's how you sell the fucking thing. That's all it is.
It's just the narrative and the yarn.
Well, they've identified like a hole in the market in boxing where mega fights never happen. And like, it's a lot of the time it's the who the fuck are you fighting? Who the fuck are you?
For
all these
fucking
random belts
yeah.
and shit. So they're like, fuck it. Like, it's fucking smart.
Yeah.
Get well-known identities to fight each other. People will pay for it.
100%. Well, it's like, it's the same thing as when like you were saying when you're at the zoo fight and there's a biff in the crowd. You start watching that.
Fucking oath you do.
Like, it's the...
100%. You're playing into like human psychology. We love biffs.
We love biffs.
And if I know who you are, I like it even more than if you're trying to convince me that this guy who's fighting for the WBO Oriental belt is important. Like, I'm sure it is, but I don't know who he is.
No.
So I'm not as drawn to it as this guy who's got 17 million Instagram followers and fucking however many YouTube followers who talks a heap of shit.
Exactly.
Who you're like, fuck.
He bought
What
Tyron
is
Woodley a
actually happening?
Rolex.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was
Saw
fucking cool.
But he's also went to fight Fury, who has had 7 professional boxing fights.
So it's not like he's not trying to
So
fight
like he's
people,
not trying to like that's pretty.
He is still trying to be a boxer, I think. I don't think that you ever see him fight fucking... Like, he's saying...
What, Canelo Alvarez or something? No, of course not.
No, but I also think you could see him fight Conor.
McGregor?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Conor's not a boxer.
But like, and it's like, that's big. That'd be humongous money.
I think that would be sick.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Yeah. The size difference would be pretty insane, I think.
Well, Jake Paul's 6'1"?
Yeah. Conor's 5'7".
7? Conor's tiny.
Yeah. But he's jacked at the moment.
But that's a big height discrepancy.
Yes.
Would Conor do it? Probably.
For the money, he'd do it, for sure. He would, I think, fancy himself.
But he'd be waiting for the right moment. He'd be like, if Jake keeps winning, then it just gets bigger and bigger for me.
Yeah, yeah. You wouldn't. It's not, you don't go from
too early.
Tyron Woodley to Conor McGregor.
No. No, you don't. But Nate Diaz, he fucking calls out all
Nate's
the
only
time.
got one more fight in the UFC contract as well. So like he could be someone that would do it. Like you fight Conor or he fights like he has one more fight in the UFC and then goes, all right, I'm going to do this Jake Paul fight. And then I can come back and sign with the UFC if I want to or do whatever the fuck. But if you're out of contract, you do what you want.
It's good stuff.
It's really good
It's
stuff.
interesting.
Yeah, it is.
But that knockout was fucking, that was showtime. That
It was legit,
blockbuster.
dude. It was legit. Like anyone who thinks that was fake is a dead shit, or that's the greatest acting performance since fucking
Well, you watched a lot
Daniel
of,
Day-Lewis.
You watched a lot of WWE, which is what people are comparing it to.
Are they what? They're saying that was as fake as WWE?
You're a bit of a fucking.
I used to get around that all the time, dude. The Attitude Era.
What do you say to that comparison?
There's no way, mate. There's no way. They're not making that sort of a connection. His fucking head explodes. The spray goes everywhere. It's the same as when Masvidal got KO'd by Kamaru.
Yeah.
And you almost saw like a what's it called? Like an outline of their head. That,
Yes.
like as the thing just goes out, like it's like the perfect shape of their head as the spray just goes, the sweat just explodes.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Like that was exactly what it was. It looked like a sniper had shot him in the fucking head. Like it was massive. And he just goes straight down onto his face. Like, I don't know how I think that's seriously tinfoil hattie to be saying that was fake. My God.
I know. That's the rhetoric that's out there,
That's
and people are convinced.
crazy.
I'm like, that's madness.
Anyway, that's Biff's. We've got a very special video review we got to do now. So I think we get to that. Now, this video, Edward, popped up in the Punters and Dribblers page yesterday from a TikTok Asher Port. We've seen an image like this before, so there's a chance that the video's old, but I've never seen it. I don't think anyone has. The Ashes are a glorious moment that we will all celebrate. Some, however, may celebrate this momentous occasion a little too hard. I'm sure you can guess who. See, that's why I feel like the caption to me says that maybe it's more recent.
And are they just using this early footage?
Or Dave gets in the fucking horse mask every time the boys get on one. I feel like that could be Dave's thing.
He just loves it
He likes getting into the horse mask.
and be getting ridden.
Yeah.
as the
video
would
suggests, the still that we're saying. But we'll obviously you will see the video with us, so don't fret, punters, dribblers. But Maddie has not seen this either, so.
No.
Do we have volume that will come into the room?
Yeah, so you'll be able to hear it, but
Perfect.
you just have to put it over the top of the YouTube.
Yeah, let's rip.
Sweet. Ready? Oh, Jesus.
That's my favourite. Oh, that's so good.
That's it.
That's the whole thing.
It's the perfect length.
It's the perfect length video.
Wow.
He is in
A
so
world
much
of
trouble.
hurt. I just could only imagine, pause this.
Yep.
I could only imagine what he's like when he's at that stage as well. Like, just
Mate, he can't even get off the canvas. He's knocked out.
he's fucked.
They're trying to give him water and she's like,
The same sort of attention's given to like a whale when it's beached on the sand. Like, all hands on deck. We got to try and keep this thing alive. Like, he's just got a bucket there and towels and people trying to help him and shit.
Well, that's it. There's towels underneath him and then a bucket next to him and they're trying to give him water.
Just trying to give him water and help him. You're like,
He's in a fucking bad way.
he's in a world of hurt.
You don't see people that bad often.
That age you do. Again, it's not like he's significantly younger, but like early 20s, you get a little bit more fucked up.
But he's
in a bad way there.
Have you ever been in that bad of a way?
Yeah. You never been that fucked up? You probably haven't actually. You do.
I don't think
You're
so.
pretty good at keeping a lid on it.
I don't think so.
You know, now that I think of it,
laying on the ground in the middle of the day, like towels and shit underneath
Yeah, that's
you?
true. I've never.
That's fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, like I've thrown up though.
That's not what I'm talking about.
No.
If it's just him booting into the sink and that's where the video ends, sure. I'm talking about the next video.
Yes. Yeah.
Where it's still clearly daytime and like he's on the like writhing in pain and shit.
Yeah. Well, not in pain, just completely flogged. No, you're right. I probably haven't been to that second video stage that I'm aware of.
He's out of it.
He's in a world of hurt. And I'm glad that now lives on forever.
I hope that was on the weekend.
I would like to believe it is. The caption suggested it is. The caption suggested it is. Dave doing a bit of ripping and tearing. He's got a couple of days off, or he's going away or doing something.
Yeah, he was being very quiet. We haven't heard from him.
He's just pounding into the earth, just ripping and tearing.
But shout out to Asher Port for that footage.
Shout out.
That's just made my day.
Yeah.
Should have got more likes if I'm honest.
Maybe people just didn't watch it. Because I think the first frame doesn't necessarily let you know that DYOR Dave is completely off his fucking head, throwing up, and So yeah, if you're just listening to this, YouTube's where you'll find it, or the Punters and Dribblers page. But is that us, Edward?
That's us, Bruddy. Hell of a year.
Hell of a year. We'll still be doing a potty Thursday, correct?
We're not.
Not in here,
Yeah.
but like that's why you got a mic, right?
Yeah.
Is that not the case?
Well, I thought I got it for like when I was away doing Mondays. We can do it on Thursday. It's not a big deal.
Maybe we can do a best of Thursday.
We can do
Wow. You know, that's for us to discuss and you guys to find out on Thursday.
But we are back. I am back in the studio next Monday
back next Monday.
for the last of the year.
The last of the year.
to give you punters and dribblers some driving sounds,
things to drive to.
things to drive to. That'll be us. But hell of a year.
Hell of a year. Love ya.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, Maddie, for coming in.
Love you, brah.
Fuck you, Dave. Bye-bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?